We have to rebuild. These words are echoing through my mind after hearing today's weekly encouragement message. Thank you for the opportunity to share this powerful word. The words from above, we have to rebuild, were spoken by a father to his family when experiencing the loss of his firstborn son in a critical story about overdose to a prescription drug route. This incredibly tender story touched my heart in many ways, mostly because I love people who experience struggles with social difficulties, whether it's because of psychiatric involvement or just life can be challenging moments. I feel like there's been an escalation in social challenges, and sometimes the thought process of being socially involved in positive ways. But I continue to hear in my heart that there's a miracle in the gathering. When we gather together for good things, we open our lives to good things. We open our hearts, homes, and lives to miracles. Today's weekly encouragement episode talks of a very traumatic turn for one family who was in the spotlight even before this sad time. Celebrity status was on them, and the pain of loss was very real. A young person experiencing ADHD and finding help with prescription medications began to seek extra help through other substances when the first experiment with this type of substance led to tragedy because of fentanyl. This family of faith reached out to God in their grief. They found they could develop stronger faith through this painful experience, yet their grief has been very deep and devastating. My heart hopes I can share words here to reach into every young or not so young life, to encourage you to cling to God when life doesn't make sense. You mean so much, and there's no limit on your value. This story from today's weekly encouragement episode speaks of so much pain, and I never want you to go through that pain. And I don't want your family to experience this pain. What you have is great worth. You are a treasure. As I learn more about having a relationship with Christ, I'm awestruck by how He desperately wants to be our source in tangible ways. Please draw into everything He wants to impart to you and me. There is abundance of hope and peace, everything we need. He wants to pour into our lives. I know how things look. I know things seem very difficult. But the more I draw in toward Him through the Bible and friends who encourage my faith, the things that challenge me lose strength over me. We are coming to Easter, and I keep being reminded that the same power that lives in Jesus, well, it lives in you and me too. We've come through a lot. It's time to begin to know and believe that the same power that lives in Jesus to overcome lives in you and me. Possibly we see this translate into our lives in smaller steps along the way as we grow in faith. But the more familiar we become with Jesus and the Bible, and as we grow in fellowship and friendship with God and those He puts in our path, the more we experience His hope and power and peace and love, even miracles. Love is the most tangible substance when we see the miracles of connection. Experiencing the abundance that God has for us is a catalyst for life and hope. Life is sometimes very painful, but there's a well of hope as we turn to God in each pain. Please remember, I'm praying for you because I love you.